Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathen Aswell. I'll be providing music for the service this morning. I'd like to start with a three-part chant of mine. This one is called Do All Things with Love.
Set your heart on fire and melt your soul. Endless acts of love will make you whole. To set your heart on fire and melt your soul. Love makes all things easy. 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 Endless acts of love will make you whole. To set your heart on fire and melt your soul. Do all things with love. 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 Do all things with love.
Beautiful. That was the music of Nathen Aswell. I am Reverend Michael, and welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We're delighted for you to join us this morning. Please repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and healing. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace. And I fully accept doing all things in love. So we are happy for you to join us this morning. We have practitioners all around the Zoom space
Your bedroom.
that will be supporting us in this service and holding the high watch, holding the consciousness, knowing the truth for each one of us. Our pastoral support is Kathy Miller. She'll be putting things into the chat box for us to read, including the lyrics to Nathan's songs. Our second practitioner is Joanne Yatkevich, and she will be doing our prayer request, and I hope I did her name well. She'll be doing our prayer request for today and for the week, which is a huge responsibility, and appreciate anyone stepping into that services. And we have our third practitioner who holds consciousness for this service, and that's Regina DiBarbia. And our first practitioner who will start this service off with a wonderful invocation, our one and only Reverend Paul Hoyt.
Thank you, Reverend Michael. So if everyone will take a nice deep breath, get centered in this moment right here, right now, letting go of everything and anything else, knowing that this service feeds our soul, knowing that the love here is palpable. Feel it, know it, bask in it. Know that we are surrounded in that divine love. Knowing that this service is the activity of God, that it flows with that divinity, that God is completely orchestrating this entire service. Knowing that Reverend Michael is the word of the divine, the word of God, that he opens up and lets go and lets the divine flow through. Knowing that Nathen is the voice of God and he plays the instrument of the divine, that he is an individualized expression of God and expressing it beautifully. Knowing that we are here in love and in joy to bask in the profundity of this entire service, bask in the love of this service, knowing that Reverend Michael's talk flows over the congregation and uplifts and enlivens and inspires the congregation, knowing that we are all individualized expressions of God and that we are perfect right here, right now, that there's nothing that we have to do. There is just to be that divine presence that is who we are, is the truth of who we are. And this service, every aspect of it flows easily, effortlessly, and perfectly. And we all get to bask in the joy, in the love, in the peace. And knowing that this service inspires us, guides us, leads us into this upcoming week with upliftment and joy, knowing that that carries us through the week, knowing that it starts right here. And we let go and we open to this beautiful service, this love intelligence, which is all around us. Knowing that all is in divine right order. And in this knowingness, we say, and so it is.
So it is. Beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Paul. Well, I have an opportunity here to give a proper introduction to Nathen Aswell, who is joining us for the very first time. Nathen has performed at Anton Conference, has performed in many different communities throughout US, Canada, and I'm certain other places. His connection is through our beloved Reverend Dr. Carol Lawson. And it is our Reverend Marlene that made this connection for this service. Nathen is a Canadian singer-songwriter who believes in the purpose of this life is to inspire and heal through his music. So that's beautiful words. So I'd like to introduce once again, Nathen Aswell.
Thank you very much, Michael. Great to see you, Carol. I was hoping you'd be here this morning. Love and blessings, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and to serve your community. Let me just take a very quick second to tell you what this instrument is, because most people look and say, what the heck is that thing? It's actually called the Chapman Stick. It's made by a gentleman named Emmett Chapman in Woodland Hills, California. You can learn much more about it at the website of Stick Enterprises, which is very simple to remember, stick.com, stick.com. And to kick things off this morning, I'd like to perform an up-tempo song of mine called do that thing.
Play the game so that everyone's the same. Toe the party line. Know the score, so you're sure of what's in store. Watch for all the signs, yeah. Remedy, heard about it on TV. It's the latest thing. Search the net so you know which one to get. It does everything. Ha. That whole scene's unraveling. Whatever feeds your soul, whatever makes you whole, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you heal, whatever makes you sure, whatever makes you pure, whatever makes you sing, sing. Do that thing. Get out of your head and just do it. Get out of your head and into your body. Out of your head and just do it. Yeah, out of your head and into your body. We don't need to conform with every deed. We don't need what's new. What we need is to let ourselves be free. What we need is you, yeah. Celebrate that thing you do. Whatever feeds your soul, whatever makes you whole, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you heal, whatever makes you sure, whatever makes you pure, whatever makes you sing, sing. Do that thing. Animate, energize, stimulate, go to it. Vitalize, activate, galvanize, just do it. Listen up for a minute, stop your hurrying. What you gonna get with all that worrying? So much to remember, so much to forget. It's gonna kill you if you aren't dead yet. So find a way to unwind, clear your mind. There'll never be a better place in time, because now is all we have and all there is. So just do it. Do that thing, woo, that thing that makes you sing. Whatever feeds your soul, whatever makes you whole, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you heal, whatever makes you sure, whatever makes you pure, whatever makes you sing, sing. Do that thing, just do what you will, but not. Just got to remember that golden rule, which is do what you will, but not. And let kindness be your fuel, whatever feeds your soul, whatever makes you whole, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you heal, whatever makes you sure, whatever makes you pure, whatever makes you sing, sing. Do that thing.
Thank you. Now that's a note to sing. Thank you, Nathan. All right, I'm delighted to be able to call back our Reverend Paul to do our inspirational reading, and followed by our daily affirmation, which will be in the chat box.
So again, the reading is 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Get it, read it every day. The page is 332, and the caption is love. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, for God is love. John 4:16. There is no fear in love, And there is no liberation from fear without love. Fear is always based on the supposition that we are unprotected, rejected, friendless. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace within it, it must turn from everything that denies that love, and trusting in divine guidance opens its being to the influx of love. Not just love of God, but love of everything. For love is all-inclusive, is an all-inclusive conception. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Today, divine love and infinite tenderness sustains me. In order that I shall not separate myself from this love, I endeavor to see it reflected in everyone and everything. I shall permit only that which is loving, kind, and true to find entrance into and to exit from my consciousness. Thus shall I be assured that I am bathed in the warm glow of that love that casteth out all fear. Love is the self-givingness of the Spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. Science of Mind, page 608. And the affirmation should be in the chat room. So if you'll join with me in reading the affirmation. The beauty and grace of the divine within me acknowledges and honors the beauty and grace of the divine within you. We are one love, brilliantly felt and expressed. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Reverend Paul. That was beautiful. Okay, well, I'd like to start off with, we had a class that just completed this past Tuesday. It was the class, The Abundance Book. And we started off with commitments on a 40-day affirmation. We did guided meditations. We did emotion code with people, with the brilliant Keith Gumpher, who co-facilitated, assisted with the class. But we had a powerful group of people, which was most effective. And the abundance that is within this group and their consciousness was just amazing. What a beautiful angel, Peggy. Thank you. It was just amazing, this whole class. And one of the statements from the class, I will say, is my consciousness of God as my supply is my supply. And so it is deepening into the God self within us. It is truly deepening into not chasing something, but knowing that it is God's good intentions for us to have an abundant life. So I'm going to first ask Keith if he would say a few words. Keith Gumpher.
Sure. It's, it's always such a great opportunity to work with Reverend Michael. It's always a joy. So that's number one. And then, like he just mentioned, the group that we had together was just such a, amazing group of individuals coming together as one, right? And so it's just a privilege. And that's what I loved about CCL from the first, time I joined, is these classes and the community that builds is just priceless. I mean, the sharing that we have in these classes and the vulnerability that we all feel safe in sharing is just a blessing. So that's number one. It's such a privilege to be a part of this. And in the book, I love the book. I think I'm on about 150 days. And what I love about it is just like Michael was mentioning, it's just truth. It's simple, and it's just, it reminds you, I do it, wake up in the morning and do the practice with that. And it's just a great way to start the day. This is affirming our abundance, our true nature as divine beings, and just a wonderful message and a great way to start the day. So, but yeah, what a privilege to be assisting with Reverend Michael, and just like I said, everybody in the class is just amazing, and it was an honor to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Keith. I'd like to announce the names of the people that participated in this class, and then we have a few that would like to share. And I'm going to start off with Christine Hopkins. One of my favorite people on the planet, Mary Law. As all people are my favorite, Bobby Miles, Joe Colino, Kathy Miller, Glenn Moore, June Hartman, Hammond, thank you, Marty Levine, Natalie Thomasina, and they're the people, and we have people that would like to share. I'm so sorry, June. I know you're, it's too funny. So why not, Marty, did you want to share? There's Marty. Marty. How about Kathy? Kathy, can you say a few words, please?
Oh, sure. I'd be happy to. This was a book that was introduced to me during practitioner studies, and I hadn't really looked at it since then. And it was just a wonderful experience, especially with everything, with our transformation here at CCL. I think it's just, it was so perfect that I was able to share this class with so many people. And I moved to, I don't know what else to say, except I wanted to read today's meditation affirmation from the book. It's on page 31 on the Abundance book. Money is not my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. My awareness, understanding, and knowledge of the all-providing activity of the divine mind within me is my supply. My consciousness of this truth is unlimited. Therefore, my supply is unlimited. How beautiful. What a truth. What a wonderful reminder of the spiritual foundations that we all live by. And we all need to, I can only speak for myself, but I need to remind myself of this every day. So thank you. And thank you, Reverend Michael. And thank you, Keith. The emotion code was wonderful. Reverend Michael led us through the material, and then an extra bonus was the emotion code, and just, releasing all that gunk that still is in some of the crevices that we all have as human beings. So thank you. Thank you all.
Anyone else from the class care to share? Joe, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
All I can say is that I didn't want the class to come to an end. It was such a wonderful coming together and sharing. And yes, including the Abundance book and then the emotion code. It was such a double header. It was wonderful. And I thank you so very much.
Thank you, Joe. Give you another second. Anyone else? All right.
I'll say something.
All right. Thank you.
We talked a lot about what abundance is, and lots of times we think it's like money, things. And I love this class realizing that abundance is our relationships, and that our relationships on every level, and relationships with each of you, our relationships with the divine, with the divine within, and that's really the source of our abundance. And money is just an effect of that, that open-heartedness. And I just feel like this intimacy that we have is extraordinary. So I just want to thank you, Paul, and Michael and Keith and all of you so much. Thank you for being who you are and having such open hearts.
Thank you, June. So that is our abundance class. Thank you. And we're going to continue to email stuff to each other. So I'm going to move on with our talk. So I just want to start off with, how about a heart for all our picnic, the success of our picnic, the gathering of our picnic, all the wonderful people that showed up with all the wonderful, the abundance of food, just the Center for Conscious Living, us coming together and just being the love that we are. I was so rejuvenated. It was such an upliftment to be amongst all these wonderful people with like-minded grace and like-minded love. This past Sunday was just, it was magical. It was a magical consciousness of grace. And I think that's what the Center for Conscious Living is, where loving is so easy and we just rejuvenate and picked up by just being in the presence of each other. And everything just ran so beautifully. And even nature permitted for such a beautiful day. It was like the sun came out and then it was cooled off a little bit and we had nice breezes. And then we had a surprise visit by Howard, who he played that, but he did this shell thing vibration for the group of us that was, it was a healing. Like when something like that happens, the only thing I can say, it was a healing for each one of us and us as a group. So I had such a brilliant time being there, being a part of it and seeing everybody. And we have wonderful things planned in the future for this group. And I know our future will include finding our place together again. And I'm confident in that because it is in the hope and knowing that inspires us all. Okay. We know we'll return as a group because this is a powerful group. This is a magnificent group of people that come together. Ernest Holmes says, the life of all is God. All people are not only a center of God consciousness, they are immortal beings, forever expanding, forever spiraling upward, forward, growing in their spiritual stature. Okay, so that picnic just inspired me because when we come together, we just elevate in consciousness. I just breathed that I'm in a place of peace, that I have nothing to do but be myself. And I know that we welcome all to come and be exactly who you are and just partake of the love because it's palpable. It's just inspiring. It's almost like this light happens that our hearts connect with one another. We're delighted to see each other. So many words can be spoken and so many words can not have to be spoken. This is a community of love and we know that. And I know that we're been tested by this pandemic and changes as well. But I know and I felt it from the bottom of my being that gathering together was our church coming together and knowing its truth. Knowing that we are a center of love, that we're a center of grace, and that we open up and we continue to welcome more and more people to join us. That we're just delighted to see each other. As we're delighted to see each other on Zoom and have this opportunity, we're delighted to see each other in person. As times change and we're challenged, we're able to keep this community growing. We're able to keep this community focused on its love, its absolute grace. And the absolute purpose is to grow in love, to grow and heal in love. That's what we do for each other. That's the blessing of a beautiful spiritual community. We revitalize ourselves in the spiritual community. We come together, okay? We can pray together. We have clear intentions together. There's a kindness about us. There's so many attributes that I can just praise. This There's such diversity, there's such talent, there's such love in this community that's so magnificent, that fills our being, that fills me each and every time I get to come together with this community. That's why I can be in front of you and talk these words, because it is allowing me to say, I love you, and I love that we are a spiritual community. I love that we are making it through this pandemic, that we will find ways to get together in small and large groups, that we will return to a larger service, that we're able to stream and continue. These are all things on the horizon for all of us. But let's stay in our faith and stay in knowing the truth. Because underneath any tension and concern, any sense of loss, any sense of change that we have to deal with, any despair, there's always love. That's the love that connects each one of us. That's the love that inspires us. That's the love that elevates our consciousness. Whenever you're thinking about this church, or ever in your own life and you don't know what to do, send love. That's a gift you can do for yourself and your community. Just send love. Just tap into the love that you feel, that you might feel right now. Put your hands in your heart. Know, with no doubt whatsoever, you are loved. It is the divine in, throughout, and about each one of us that is loving us. And it's the divine within us that brings us together to share this love, to allow us just to be in the presence of each other in such beautiful love. There's a quote from consciousnessdimension.com. The universe does this thing where it aligns you with people, things, and situations that match your vibration. The higher your vibration, the more you will attract things that are beneficial to your well-being. This is the love that will see us through this challenge of this pandemic. This beautiful love that you're very much a part of. Your love honors our love. I was thinking just while I was writing this, when we did, when the brilliant Reverend Julie did a visioning for our center, we knew we were challenged by not only a pandemic, but our most beautiful Reverend Carol making a change and retiring, from then Reverend Paul and myself stepping up as interims, and we have the Stewardship Council. But we did a visioning, and that vision showed that this is the love that will bring us forward. This is the love that lets us know that God within us, there's always a future for love and greater love. There's always a deepening into that truth of the divine. Ernest Holmes writes, love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It can be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it as abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of the past history and begin again. Love heals, forgives, and makes whole. There's a wholeness to our beautiful community. There's a completeness, for it is the presence of the divine. One of the first things I learned as a practitioner is that everybody that comes before me is whole, perfect, and complete in the heart and mind of the Creator. That has shown itself over and over and over again. As I share principle, I already know that the divine within me honors the divine within you. That we as a community can look at each other. We can look forward into the Zoom screen and see that is a loving being. That is a loving being that's part of this beautiful, loving community. And together we uplift each other. Together we let each other know there's love for each person here and more. So our abundance of love will draw more and more people to this beautiful, loving community. Our magnificent superpower is love. that we just love, and we let that love stream out. And before we even have to open our mouth or anything, we just know that it is love that is present. It is love that this community is able to be together right here and right now. It is love that we have such brilliant plans for the future. It's love that there's brilliance in the now, because the power is in the now. The divine is in the now. What manifests in the future is in the now, in our hearts. What is demonstrated is the brilliance and openness of the love that just streams from each one of us. We have discovered a spiritual universe. Many others have discovered this same world, that each must make the discovery for themselves. You're going to have a lot of joy sailing around this world of yours. Don't fight the opinions of others or waste time arguing over these things. Follow the inward gleam of your consciousness and you will arrive. That's Ernest Holmes. Brilliant writings, such brilliant and magnificent writings. I think I could do a whole service of just mapping together quotes from Ernest Holmes. I would just have to note a little during it. So that's what my message is today. That we focus on our spiritual community as a community of love. We focus that we are here to love one another and we're here to uplift one another. And if we are entrapped in anything that other than that, that we can easily just let it go and stream love. If we're distracted by anything else, just come in your heart and feel the love of this community. Because every member of this person, of this community, is this community. My consciousness of God as my supply is my supply. My consciousness of Center for Conscious Living is my consciousness of the Center for Conscious Living. So let it be love. My consciousness of the center is love. Let all our consciousness of this center be love. And let that love flourish. Let it go out and create for us. We don't need to chase anything. We don't chase love and abundance or anything, because that means it's running from us. We just allow it to be. So just breathe in love. Breathe in the absolute magnificent gift that is innate within you, that is love, that will free you in each and every way from anything and allow you to be the authentic and most beautiful creation of the divine. That's what love does. That's how love feeds us. And us coming together and mirroring this love for each other and knowing that we're part of this brilliant community and knowing that I can go out because I'm full in love. And whoever I go and whoever is presented before me, I can share that love. I could just stream it. I don't have to tell them what I'm doing. I could just stream love. I could just envision the rest of my day in love. John Roger, who's the spiritual leader of, was the spiritual leader, he's just passed on, says, when you get up in the morning in your mind, start putting on the film that you're going to observe for the day. Put on that film that shows you completing that day in perfect good time. So when we start visioning our day, when we get up and start, vision the day in absolute perfection. Vision this day right before you. This moment right now is absolutely perfect for each one of us. That we're here and we're just filling up with enormous love. Love for one another, love for our spiritual community, love for ourselves, our life, love for knowing that we are love and that is recognized, that is the divine, that heightens our consciousness, that elevates us, that emanates, we're able to flow with love. It emanates from within us. We're able to feel the beauty of ourself. That's what each one of you mirror for me, that I'm a loving human being. Because I can look in your eyes and I can feel the love that is present. I know you're whole, perfect, and complete. I know I'm whole, perfect, and complete. And we get to celebrate each other. That's a beautiful abundance. That's the magnificent gift that the Center for Conscious Living has for each other. That's a beautiful intention as we move on, that we can always hold and allow it to be created for us, the magnificent outcomes that we want in our life. John Randolph Price, who wrote the Abundance book, wrote, when you concentrate on the effect of the world, you are lowering the vibration of your consciousness. And the lower the vibration, the more difficult it is for your good to come forth into manifestation. But when you concentrate on the spirit substance of the great I am within you, you're raising the vibration of your consciousness. Think on this while your mind could possibly conceive of limitations of the form, it certainly cannot possibly conceive of any limitation of spirit. We are of spirit. We are of the divine more than anything else. That is our truth. Rumi says, wherever you are and whatever you do, be in love. How about that for my mission on this planet? When I was reading Nathen Aswell, he's the musician, it so inspired me that it's to bring love and healing. I thought, I really like him. Haven't met him. I knew I would immediately like him. I knew that there would be beautiful music too. And the lyrics have been beautiful. I know when I talked to everyone here, when we got together, it was a festival of love. It was a smile. It was a happiness. It was abundance of food that we got to share. And I know I get to see everybody again on Zoom. One of my favorite roomies is out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing. There is a field. I'll meet you there. Where the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. I don't know if there's anything more that has to be said than I love you. And I am honored to be a part of this loving community. And to manifest our desires, we can do two things: have our attention to it, have the intention, and have the emotions that support that. And to know that we are truly blessed. As a spiritual community, we are blessed beyond measure. So there's brilliant things planned for this Center for Conscious Living. So revitalize your wholeness as we're joined together as a spiritual community. And breathe in the love and just let go of any concern. And know right here and right now is the presence of the divine, the manifestation and demonstration and celebration of love, the multidimensional light, sound, color, vibration that sustains and maintains each one of us. Knowing that I am one with God in that masterful divine plan, I know that each person here is one with God in that masterful divine plan. Each person here is the absolute full and complete expression of love of the divine. Each person here is gifted and blessed, full with such tremendous grace, full with such tremendous creativity, full with such an adoring soul, such an adoring being, such a worthwhile existence. Each person here is God expressed, God celebrated, God knowing God. And as a spiritual community, we are a bountiful blessings of love. So I give thanks for this beautiful spiritual community known as the Center for Conscious Living. I give thanks for each member, past, present, and future. I give thanks for this moment right here and right now, to know that it is love and it's bountiful and most blessed that I share with each one of you. And I give thanks knowing that we will continue and manifest our heart's desires as a spiritual community. And we just breathe in love and breathe in our new center together, our gatherings together, all our events. And we breathe in this beautiful moment right here and right now, that where it's all powerful, which is all divine, and give thanks and praise. In that grace, I release this word into the action of the law, knowing what is said, it is done. The universe always says yes, a resounding yes. I let it go, and together we affirm it by saying, and so it is. We are love. And we are blessed to be able to be that love. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. I'm going to invite Kathy Miller up to do our offertory.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Michael, for that very profound and powerful message. I am love. We are love. We are guided in love and perfection. And in that, if you could please repeat after me the blessing of our offertory, the blessing of our offertory blessing. You have me so enraptured in love that my words are not coming out. So join with me, please, as we give thanks to the abundance of this community and say, thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
Thank you. Thank you. How wonderful this community truly is. And I have the blessing to be able to invite Nathen back up for our offertory song.
Thank you, Michael. Our offertory song this morning is another piece of mine called I Imagine Peace.
I imagine peace for all of us, and it all begins with me. I imagine peace for all of us, and it all begins with me. Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti 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 I imagine peace for all of us, and it all begins with me. Om
Thank you, Nathen, as well. So we have a blessing for our new visitors, and we know by now it's a blessing for all of us as well. So please raise your hand with me and repeat after me. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We are a heart-centered spiritual community. We open ourselves to you in love. That we truly do. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous being that you are. You are a radiant point of light, and we are blessed by your presence. Welcome home. And we have the mastermind, God Coveted, and this is I will give you your responses. Knowing there is a power, intelligence, and wisdom greater than my own, and knowing it is responsive to my every thought, word, action, and feeling, say aloud, I acknowledge. Surrendering to the power of the mastermind consciousness and knowing I am guided and assisted past any limited perception to God within, now say, I surrender. Knowing forgiveness is the key to change, I now forgive myself and others for all mistaken judgments, and I open the door to unconditional love by saying, I forgive. Realizing my truth, my life is the creation of my own thoughts. I now choose to fill my mind with thoughts that are positive, loving, and beautiful. I allow my life to reflect that choice by saying, I choose. Holding the consciousness for the Center for Conscious Living, we now thank God for the continued prosperity of this spiritual community and for everyone. For myself, I now go within to the silence of my own mind, and I ask for my own specific requests, knowing the universe always says yes. Repeat after me, I accept. With a thankful heart and knowing that all I ask in the name of the mastermind is now given to me, I say, thank you, God. And the love of God enfolds me, the mind of God inspires me, the Spirit of God enlightens me, the power of God encircles me. I am in God and all is well, for I'm enthusiastic, excited, expected, and at peace. And now look into that camera and say, I'm grateful God has heard you. You beautiful lights. Yes, I am grateful God has heard you. Wait, I get my opportunity to put up a heart. I am truly grateful God has heard you. So we have some announcements. I think somebody already, oh, that was in talk before. So first announcement, thank you so much, Nathen Aswell. Beautiful music. We are blessed for you to join this community, and we welcome you back.
Anytime.
Okay. All right. So we have on our calendar, Brooke Stills is coming on 9/19. She'll be our guest speaker, and she'll also be doing a workshop. I worked with Brooke several times. That's for me. Everybody, if you see this, that's people saying with Brooke, that's for me. You see a blessing out there and you want it, that's for me. Brooke is dynamic. Brooke is a shaman. Her energy alone it's all about healing and uplifting and a beautiful consciousness. I also know the second you sign up through the office, through our beautiful website and our beautiful person that monitors it, Reverend Marlene, I know the name we'd be given to Brooke, and she starts working on people immediately. So that is something to look forward to. And I'm already signed up for the workshop. I know a beautiful thing when I see it. Okay. This past Thursday, Reverend Sue and myself had the brilliant opportunity of putting together these packages for these children in the Seeds of Hope and delivering them. So I want to thank Reverend Sue and Frank, Felicia and Chuck Carson, for Regina DiBarbia, Kathy Miller, Jane Hopkins, Joe Kalina, Peggy Keene, and Fran Cantella. Thank you. I want you to have this image that these children got a school bag that was full to the rim. And inside of it, not only did it have pajamas and undies and socks, it had coloring books and crayons. It had notebooks and pencils and pencil sharpeners. And for the little child, it had, the 3-year-old had some little Hot Wheels. And it was packed. And people showed up even at the picnic and handed me stuff. And it was perfect. It fit and went to the perfect child. But I'm telling you, they were like this. I never saw a school bag packed so much. So thank you for everybody that stepped up. This spiritual community, the Center for Conscious Living, we are blessed with so many beautiful hearts. John Monday is going to come Zoom in on 10/17. So mark that on your calendar. He was going to be in person, and I had to tell him that we won't be in person, but he came back and said, I'll be there on Zoom. So what a blessing. He does the Course in Miracles. Everybody that experiences John Monday loves John Monday. So please share the information about John Monday. Seeds of Hope, which is on our website. It's a fundraiser for our community. You buy bulbs to be planted, and half the profit comes back to the Center for Conscious Living. It's an idea that Reverend Carol introduced to us, and Reverend Marlene put it right on our website, make it very convenient. Aji, is Aji here? Well,
Hi, I'm here.
Yay, would you talk about the virtual village walk for love, please?
Sure, yes. Hi, everyone. Oh, I am just so full from this morning's celebration. Thank you, Michael, Reverend Michael, and everyone. Yes, the virtual village walk for love orphanage in Haiti. So Haiti's been really dealt some challenges these past weeks, and many of you have been part of the Love Orphanage family over the years, contributing in some way, shape, or form with prayer, with love, with donations, with supplies. And it's been really challenging during the pandemic, not being able to travel there, not being able to have our normal fundraisers. And so we came up with a creative way to celebrate and celebrate love, really, and to support Love Orphanage in Haiti. So it's called a virtual walkathon, which we're calling the Virtual Village Walk because we are a village and it takes a village to support the children. So it will be on October 2nd. And the cool thing is that you can participate from wherever you are. We will have a CCL group that will meet in person, but you can also walk from wherever you are. So it's a 5K or 10K. And the way that you can support is either purchasing a ticket. 100% of the proceeds go to Love Orphanage. If you'd like to get your friends or family or coworkers or whoever, any groups that you may be involved in, it's a great group activity to do together, whether you're in person or not. So the tickets are on sale. I'll put the link in the chat. And like I said, 100% of all of the proceeds that are raised will support the Love Orphanage family in Haiti. So I will pop that in there. And if you register by Labor Day, which is a week from tomorrow, you'll receive a commemorative virtual village walk gift in gratitude for your participation. But you can register up until the day before the event. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really excited about this. And so far we have people participating from as far as Seattle and London, and of course in New Jersey and Philadelphia and DC and Florida. So we're really trying to spread the web as far as possible. So if you know anyone anywhere that wants to walk anytime on October 2nd, please help spread the word. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Aji Shaver, president of Love Orphanage and Truly Love in Action. Thank you so much. And I'm very much going to be part of that. Mark your calendar for October 3rd. We're going to honor our animals. We have an animal chaplain who will do a reading, but we're going to use our Zoom for you to show us your animals. And even perhaps give you an opportunity to share about your animals. Animals in our life are such a blessing. So mark your calendar, October 3rd, and you'll hear more about it. And visit our website, because there's so much information continuously added. Reverend Paul and myself will be doing 3-minute miracles between 11 and noon. Put our phone number in the chat. I'll be doing that shortly. I think I covered all the messages, but I can't tell you, and I didn't. I know there's 2 people. Kathy?
Okay, thank you, Michael. So what a full and beautiful community, spiritual community we have. I just wanted to make an announcement that hopefully many of you read in our bulletin, that please save the date, October 10th, for our first candidate for our senior minister. I'm very delighted to announce on behalf of the selection committee that Reverend Catherine McClellan is our candidate for senior minister, and she'll be speaking to us on October 10th. She's been interviewed twice by our search committee, and the search committee unanimously felt that her consciousness aligns with the Center for Conscious Living, and that we have invited her to speak to us. So please tune in, and I'll tell you a little bit about her. She was the lead minister in the Symphony of Life Spiritual Center in Ojai, California from 2001 until 2008. She receiving an honorary Doctor of Divinity during her tenure and was affectionately nicknamed the Minister of Love. Reverend Catherine currently lives in Ojai and is a leadership and relationship consultant and coach, author of Power Coupling, and the creator of the Love Intelligence System, a model to train, teach, coach leadership from love. So she is, I have had the distinct pleasure of being the contact with her, and we just are looking forward to everyone listening to her on October 10th. And I know that you will all welcome her with open arms and open hearts. So thank you. I'm also in the chat room, which again, you can find on the CCL bulletin that went out this week, are 2 websites that you can find out some more information about Reverend Catherine, and you can preview some of the messages, sermons that she has given before. So thank you all so much. And thanks, Michael. Oh, the other thing is Red Tent is going to be September 25th in Ocean City. So if you want to make a day trip, women, and join us on the beach and for a lovely red tent, you're more than welcome to join. Thank you very much.
And we have Reverend Paul. You asked about foundations. Reverend Paul.
Here you go. September 22nd, it's Wednesday, September 22nd, for 13 weeks. We're giving you foundations. If you haven't done it, the wonderful thing about foundations is it puts your hands on the wheel of your life. We give you tools to create exactly what you want in your life, and the concepts to get everything else out of the way and to center yourself in the divine. That's what the tools do, is they center us in God so that God can do the work for us and we can open up to it. There's a piece on forgiveness, there's meditation, there's affirmations, you learn treatment, you learn the creative process, because we're creating all the time. In this class, you start to create consciously. That's why we're the Center for Conscious Living, is because we consciously create our lives, co-create our lives with the divine. It's an extraordinary class. If you haven't done it, please do it. If you have done it, do it again. Come join us. I've heard people talking about, the stages of treatment and stuff. If you want to get back into treatment, come join us. We're doing it live. We're working on creating a space for it. We're going to get together and we're going to do it live. So please come join us. It starts the 22nd, September 22nd, Wednesday, goes through up until Christmas, and then we'll probably do the last 2 classes after Christmas. So if you, like I said, if you want to put your hands on the wheel of your life, come do foundations. Love you guys.
Thank you, Reverend Paul. And I get to once again introduce the music of Nathen Aswell.
Thank you very much, Michael. So let's end our celebration this morning with the peace song.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. This be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you. And I'll be introducing Reverend Paul to do our concluding affirmation, but I see Erica and baby Faith. Hello.
Hi.
Must be our youngest member. Okay, Reverend Paul, you're up, my friend.
If you will unmute yourself and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my body.
Life
It's in my body.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my feelings.
Life is in my feelings.
Life is in all my activities.
Life is in all my activities.
I receive it.
I receive it.
I share it.
I share it.
I am it.
I am it.
I accept it.
And
I
I
accept it.
Just the way that it is.
just the way
It is.
Thank you, life.
Thank you,
Life.
Life.
And accepting all these gifts, we say,
Yes.
Yes.
Love you all.
Love you. Awesome service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessings, everybody. Thank you, Nathan. It was beautiful, beautiful
Thank you,
music.
Reverend
And
Michael.
thank you, Reverend Michael.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Reverend
thank
Paul.
you.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Hello.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you.
Hi, Mary. Good to see you.
Great week.
Hey, Joanne Bear. How are you? Long time no see. Yay. Hi.
Sarah and Tim.
Joanne.
Hi.
Joanne. Reverend Al.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, Virgie. Patricia.
Hey, Joanne.
Hi, Sarah and Tim.
Are you in your new
Hi,
home?
Mia.
Hi, Deb. Hi, Katora.
Hi, Virgie. Hi, Reverend Al.
Hi, Sarah and Tim.
Good morning.
Hi. Thank you,
Hi.
Tara.
Great to see you. Hi, Patty. Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
Tim.
Thank you. Reverend
Nina.
Hi,
Hi,
Reverend.
Marty. Hey, Sue. Reverend Sue.
Hey, Junie.
Hey.
Hi,
Hi,
Katura.
Selena.
Hello.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Virgie.
Hi, Carmen.
Oh, nice part there, Virgie.
Have a great day, everyone.
I love the angel.
There's
Becky.
Hi, Katura.
heart.
Bye.
Pat.
Oh, I love the heart,
Have
Virgie.
a great day.
That's
Bye.
great.
Have a great day. Love you guys.
Here, this heart's for
Hi,
you,
Mia.
Virgie.
Where did Mia go? Oh, there's Mia.
Right back
Hey,
at
Mia,
you.
how are you?
Everyone awaits.
Yep.
We miss Mia.
Hey, Mia. Love you.